Utah. You are watching Mormon Talk with Carson O. Kimball and Brett O'Call.
Hello, everyone. This is Carson O. Kimball.
And Friday Phillips.
Welcome to Mormon Talk. I just want to take a moment to apologize for all the technical difficulties. We are 30 minutes behind schedule, but alas, we are here. We are Mormon Talk. We are ready. We are. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little bit fired up, but you know what? That's okay. But anyway, welcome to Mormon Talk, everyone. As you probably have seen before, this is Fred A. Phillips. Brett O'Call is not here tonight. We were at a family barbecue and on Sunday, and he did a backflip off the trampoline. He's normally against trampolines. He doesn't think that they're not only safe, but also, I guess, just even an appropriate backyard fun time, object.
Yeah, it's almost as if he developed a sort of a phobia to it, in some respects at least.
But we were having a corn roast. He was really just really excited. He started the carnivore diet, and so he feels like he has a bunch of energy. And so he went on the trampoline. He did a backflip, and he landed on a charcoal grill that was on fire.
Yeah. So he's recovering. He's resting. Don't worry, he's well. But he should be back next week. But I'm here to, I guess you could say, supplement Brett. So.
Yep. Fill in the hole.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry to everyone. I'm going to go ahead and look at the chat.
Yeah, let's take a look.
And I just want to apologize in advance. I don't know how well the audio is going to be working tonight. And let me just tell you, every single talent wiped and got deleted. And so I was right at the beginning of the show. And so I've spent all this time gathering and downloading and compiling everything together again. And in addition to that, trying to kind of rebuild the entire set of the show. And the audio completely went absolutely kerplunkel. And so
everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. So we're lucky to be here where we are at right now, because it could have taken a lot longer to get things going. But Carson has a way with the computer, and so he was able to at least try and fix things to the best of his ability.
Right, and I'm hoping that I did so. But regardless, everyone, we are here. We are ready. We are Mormon Talk, like I said, and we are ready to go. And we're gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines for everybody. Hopefully it works. Let's see if it does. If it doesn't, why don't I just go eat a pile of shrimp, because I'm just not. I think without Fred, or without Brett, I've just, I don't, I normally have him to hold my hand through these types of things, but nevertheless, the phone lines are open, everyone. I don't see any calls coming in, interestingly. Oh my gosh, you gotta be. Hold on, everyone. You can't be serious. Oh my
mother's thinking gosh. Just a moment, everyone. We're more technical difficulties as anticipated at this point.
Frankly, I'm sick of this. And you know what? I wonder if I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm trying to be positive for all the families and everyone watching, frankly. But there have been some zany things going on with our inbox. There have been probably about, over the course of the week, 15 attempts to hack our Twitter. and 2 of them successful, and our email account. I'm wondering if someone has been tinkering with my my entire system, because it seems like everything has been completely sabotaged. And in all of my time doing Mormon Talk for over a year now, I have had technical difficulties here and there. My brother has helped me through them, and sometimes Brett and I have double teamed them, but nothing this bad. But without further ado, hello everyone. Hello caller. This is Carson O'Kimball. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Fred A. Phillips.
Hi, Swan, I love you. I just feel like I need to say this. This is Jack. Swan, I feel like we should talk more. Yeah, I love your diss track. I really loved it. And I feel like we should talk more. So hit me up.
This is not Suan. This is Mormon Talk. Welcome to the show.
She's listening to it. She's in the live.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well,
I might suggest
caller,
maybe a direct message. Or
caller,
something.
do you have anything that you would like to say while you're... Anything relative to Mormon Talk?
Yeah, so I heard I tried to call last time, but you were talking about Catholicism and about how it's bad. Can you tell me things about that, how it's like bad?
You know, normally I would hold back from disparaging the Catholic Church because I respect people who are Catholic. But at this point, I'll be honest, I'm in a rough and tumble mood. And so I might just completely let myself loose. The Catholic Church is, first of all, okay. Someone called in and they were explaining to me that they had some very less than chaste ideas with their spouse to join together with another married couple and to do zany things together and that are not chaste. And I think that is absolutely wrong. And I know that people are like, oh, well, what does that have to do with Catholicism? Well, you know what? They'll share the same cup when they're at their, what's it called? A mass. Mass. Okay.
Mass. M-A-S-S.
Did you just spell a cuss?
No, he spelled mass.
I said
M-A-S-S.
M.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I am having trouble hearing, and I'm sure our audience is too. I'm so sorry, everyone, especially to the families. But, you know, when they have that general idea of sharing things, well, no wonder they have this subliminal propensity to share having relations one with another. And I think that that's zany at best and, frankly, evil at worst. And okay, you know what? We're going to move on.
All right, let's just move on.
Hello, caller. You're on the air with C. Kimball.
And F. Phillips.
Hello, Carson and Fred. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. We are having technical difficulties, but other than that, we are doing terrible.
Enjoying. Oh.
Okay, it's saying caller volume up. I'm so sorry to everybody. I'm trying to get this caller volume maxed out right now, and I'm doing everything in my power to make that happen. Apparently, the viewers are not able to really hear the calls. And so, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I possibly can to remedy that.
So hold on just a moment, caller. We'll address your question or comment in just a moment.
Do you need me to speak up?
No.
It's not that. It's the technical side of things. It's being remedied right now, so if you'll just patiently wait on the phone.
Oh, okay. No problem.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and mute our audio, and so you won't hear us, and I'm going to mute everything else too, and we're going to try and fix this. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Dude, you gotta be kidding me, man. Why does this thing have to bend us over? I'm bending over backwards and forward for this stupid thing to work. Why is it not working? This is absolutely... Oh, dude. Dude, Fred, we should just skip out on all this and go to Brock's house and go confront him because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he may be the mastermind behind all of your problems right now.
As if he were the mastermind over anything in his entire life. Seriously.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, I've heard you guys the whole time. I'm sorry you guys are having so many difficulties.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I've
let's at least see it.
I've shut everything off, except I guess I forgot to shut the calls off. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the mics back on. I don't think the issue's been fixed yet, which is really, like I said, so annoying and so zany.
Thank you for your patience, by the way, caller. We appreciate it. Oh, look, we're getting messages. We can.
It's not your fault.
Oh, they're
guys.
saying we can hear.
We can hear.
Take your time.
They're saying we can hear. Okay,
will someone
great.
confirm in the chat really quick if they can hear the caller as well?
The caller is quiet. That's all I know.
Sorry, I was just trying to be polite. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yes, you are fine, but
everyone's saying everything is good to go.
Okay.
It's working.
Clayton Flick, welcome to the show.
Hey, Carson. Sorry, I'm really sorry you guys are having so much difficulty. I wish there was something. I think a lot of us would want to help out you guys. I'm so sorry you guys are having so much difficulty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely stretching me. It's completely stretching me, to try and surmount all of this stuff. But anyway, what do you have for us, Clayton Flick? Welcome to Mormon Talk. It is an open discussion hour. We do have Talent Talk at the end of the hour, but what would you like to ask us, Clayton Flick?
Okay, cool, awesome. Well, I'm glad you're leaving the floor open for discussion. I'm sorry. So I've been reading a lot in the book of Alma, and I came across Alma chapter 43, verse 44. And I talked to my home teaching companion about this, and he didn't know how to make heads or tails of this. And I haven't had a chance to talk to my bishop yet, but I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think of this? And this is Alma chapter 43, verse 44. And this includes, it's talking about a battle between the Nephites and the Lamanites, a huge battle, which there are many battles.
Okay.
But in this particular battle, it says, and I'm not going to read the whole verse. I'm just going to get right to the point.
Okay, thanks.
And they were inspired by the Zormanites and the Alamekites, who were their chief captains and leaders, and by Zarahemna, who were their chief captain and their chief leader and commander. Yea, they did fight like dragons, and many of the Nephites were slain by their hand. What? I've never heard that before. They fight like dragons.
Okay.
What do you make of that?
So a dragon is obviously a very ferocious and mighty creature, which
flame breathing, if you will.
Yeah, even claws, scales, wings, So if you're fighting like a dragon, you're fighting with some extra zing. You know what I mean? And so I think when the Lord is with you, you just like David and Goliath. David, slung like a dragon, a stone right in between Goliath's eyes and knocked him clean out on the floor. And so, when you look at that example, you can clearly see that the Lord can aid someone when they are ready to, rumble, rumble, dumble, do.
Well, thank you. That actually helps me out quite a lot. I was reading that, and I didn't know if Alma was trying to tell us that dragons actually existed.
They do.
Yeah, and it's like, look, the Lord fortifies people that are fighting in His behalf, and so when they are, conquering adversity and things of that sort, they get extra power, I guess you could say, instilled in them from the Lord. So that's another way of looking at it.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I kind of figured that would make sense because there are actual dragons still on the earth today, like the Komodo dragons from the Komodo Islands.
Well, okay, that's just a big giant, lizard. But dragons in the sense of like, the archetypal dragon, they maybe still exist, but I know they did before. How else would so many different cultures around the world, who didn't have communication with one another, write about dragons? You had European dragons, you had Asian dragons of sorts, you had Native American dragons like Quetzalcoatl, Yeah,
and even modern
dragons.
Yeah,
like, that makes a lot of sense now. Okay, thank you.
There's a dragon in that.
But that's a fictional one.
Yeah.
But
nonetheless, a dragon. So.
And one thing I thought of, I don't want to take up any much time, but one thing I thought of was, when they say they fight like dragons, there's so many different fighting styles around the world. You have taijutsu.
Hello, welcome to Mormon Talk. This is Carson
and Fred A. Phillips.
We lost the last call, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead, caller.
Hi, yes, my temple name is Josiah.
Okay, hold on. I'm not in a good mood right now, everyone. So if this is the time that you're going to splash the show, you picked the wrong time, okay? Because I'm not reacting well to this. And that is rule number 3 of our show, okay? For anyone who's not LDS, what he just did was absolutely despicable. For anyone who is an endowed member of the church,
not to be spoken of.
Okay, and then
we can't
for all the families and the children, just ignore that complete and utter
call.
Yeah, it's balonky. It's stupid, and it's not funny, and it's not original. So anyway, hello, caller. You're on the air with C. Kimball
and FAP. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hey, Carson, Fred. This is Frank. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Okay, hey guys, hey, peace and love, Frederick A. It's always good to see you. I could tell when Brother Flick was reading that scripture, you're the kind of guy that could sit there with me and listen to that all day.
Oh, absolutely. That's the kind of stuff I like to feast on the word of Christ, so to speak.
Carson, I hate to bring a burden to you, and I'm sorry, but it's Labor Day, and I know. But I saw my daughter today. And she's a junior in college, pre-med of all things. And she goes, Dad, can you go to the dispensary and get me some edibles? I feel a little anxious. And I love my daughter, but she's 20 years old, Carson, and she's pre-med. Edibles? I told her, I said, I'm not trying to judge, but what's with all this silliness, this pre-med? What about kids? When are we going to start talking about what's important? Carson, I love my daughter unconditionally, but let's stop with this foolishness, this medicine, science, and get to the business at hand.
Yeah, it's completely. It's the same thing that the smoking tobacco industry did. They're like, hey, this doctor recommends this. And it's because they were, paid off by the corporate, smoker, people. Now, the hemp world are having people smoke hemp, and they're asking the medical industry to be like, hey, can you back me up? You can get a cut if you do so. And so they're like, yeah, okay, what can we say? Oh, it helps cure cancer. Well, it helps cure cancer at the same rate that ginger does or bitter cherry does. But look at all the other effects. People start toking weed, and then they start going down the wrong path. They start listening to foul music. They start playing games that simulate violence and simulate, in some cases, there's a really terrible game. I won't even mention it, but I've been doing research for my book. It's a game where you steal cars and you smoke dope, and you can run around and go in adult.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Call
Frankie
adult
told me about this
locations.
game. It's horrible.
It's absolutely disturbing that parents would buy a child a simulator of committing all just a big variety, a cornucopia of crime, and think that doesn't affect the way that they see the real world. That's absolutely just the most walnut-brained, just stew of, I don't want to say it, stew of beanbags that I've ever heard of in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and these kids are even starting
Yeah,
in the single digits.
quote, non-addictive marijuana. I laugh every time I hear that. These so-called scientists,
Hold on. Brett?
Hey, I think I'm breaking up. I'll let you guys go. You guys have a good evening. I think we're breaking up.
No problem. Bye.
Breaking up with this stupid blonde. Hello, caller.
Welcome to Mormon Talk. This is Friday Phillips.
And Carson.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Stepbro?
Okay.
Jethro? Okay, I
Who's
don't know
Jethro?
what the
Anyway.
heck that was about. Hello, caller. You're on the air with C. Kimball.
And F. Phillips.
Hi, how are you guys?
Doing well. Please turn the sound down on your monitor. But anyway, it's an open hour. Do you have any questions for us, caller?
Man, I was just saying. Hello?
Okay.
Yes.
If you have someone in the
Do
background,
you have something to say?
just one caller at a time, please. Hello?
Hi, guys.
Please turn down
Can you
background
not-
noise so there's not
I
feedback.
think you
Can
got two calls at the same time, sir.
Oh my. Okay. Well, one at a time. One at a time, please. Go ahead, caller. Hello?
I think you got two
One at a
people
ti-
on the line.
Okay, that's it. Now I have 0 people on the line. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And Fred A. Phillips. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead, caller.
Hi. So, I'm kind of new to the show.
Okay.
But I had a problem that I've been experiencing as of late.
Well, wonderful. Let's hear about
and
it.
seems like you guys are experienced in fixing callers' problems, just from the little bit that I've seen. So here it is. So, when you go to Temple Square and they have the statue of the Christus?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, when you look at the Christus, he's kind of like not wearing a whole lot of clothes. And so when I was a kid, and when I saw the Christus for the first time, that sparked, some homosexual feelings in me.
Okay, hold on.
So
Wait a
I'm
minute.
just wondering.
We have to be very sensitive to all of our viewers. So let's try and refrain from using words that are
But you had some
tendencies.
You had some inclinations to have some impure thoughts. Okay.
Yes, but specifically to Jesus. So I'm not a gay man, but I will say that I am gay for Jesus. Now,
that's
that
it.
might
no,
sound
no,
bad,
no,
but
that's enough.
Okay, hold on.
That was a complete splash, and
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for not ending that call earlier. That was, I don't know what's gotten over into me. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson.
And Fred, welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hi, guys. I'm really happy to talk to you. It's been a while since I talked to y'all.
Well, what do you have for us, caller? Do you have a question?
I'm so sorry. I listened to you guys last week, and I'm so sorry there were so many trolls. I hate trolls, don't you?
Girls?
No, trolls.
Oh, trolls. Yeah.
Trolls, yeah.
I wouldn't say I hate trolls, but I do hate trolling. It's just, it ruins everything. It's not funny. It's unoriginal. It's lame. It's donkey, and it's just not welcome here. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to share something with you guys, and I want to hear your opinion. Please help me. So here we go. I'm in love with a man nearly twice my age. Don't know what it is, but it's a hit for my youthful age, As I go my way, I don't care what people say, but I'm in love with a man nearly twice my age, and I don't know what to do.
Well, okay. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm going to be 28 next month.
Okay, so at least you're not a minor. What do you? Okay, Fred, what do you?
Well, let's put it this way. The important thing, as Carson already mentioned, is that you're not a minor. So if you're dealing with someone that is significantly older than you, as long as him and you are, on the same page and everything like that, there's not necessarily anything wrong with having a larger age gap. So hopefully that's...
So do I call him my partner, or do I call him daddy, or do I call him daddy?
Okay.
All right.
Is he a father?
He is a father. His kids are almost my age. I'm not sure what to call him. I'm thinking Papa.
Okay, that's private. And okay, caller, I'm starting to think that this is a troll call.
Oh, I will never troll you guys. I love you guys. Why would I do that?
Well, I feel
think
like
you were trying to play some reverse psychology on us, and you were denouncing trolls at the beginning of your call, and all of a sudden you're trolling.
Oh no,
us.
I'm honestly asking. I just don't know what to do, and you guys are so great at giving advice. Like
Well,
I love hearing.
Look,
this is what we like to call here at Mormon Talk a Trojan horse. It's where someone tries to pretend that they are earnest and that they want to have a good conversation, but then they bring up some topic inappropriately, like the Christus at Temple Square and having zany feelings toward Christ, and or like what you're doing, and you're talking about Poppy. We don't want to hear about Poppy. This is a show where we want to have some frank talk about God and the church. We're hanging up.
I'm just going.
Okay.
I don't even. Hello, caller, you're on the air with C. Kimball.
Phillips.
And
Hello, caller, you're on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And Friday Phillips. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hello, Carson. It's Julie. I'm not sure if you remember me. I mean, Jamie. I'm not sure if you remember me from last week or not.
We have a lot of callers on the show, but
welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome to the show.
Okay. Hi. I've been having some problems recently, and I was wondering if you could help me with them.
Yes, as long as it is a family-appropriate subject to discuss. We've had, and I'm not trying to say that I'm anticipating that you're going to splash the show. I'm just saying many people already have. And so as long as it's something that you'd feel comfortable talking about in front of your grandmother, or as well as the mayor of the town and your children at the same time, I think that covers all the ground. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, it's just recently my husband has been pointing out men on the street, and he's been telling me that I should go talk to them, but he's my husband, so I don't know why he's telling me to talk to men like that.
Like what? Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So he's asking you to talk to them in a way that is not right.
It's not family appropriate, yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's the case,
I may suggest family counseling.
Right.
That might be a good starting point. This is something you would need to bring up individually and in a group setting with the therapist. When I say group setting, I mean with you and your husband. Obviously, there's something that's stewing in his mind that's not correct, or I guess you could say moral. And so I think that this is an issue that needs to be addressed. And obviously, you don't adhere to the words that he's telling you.
Caller, are you by any chance Catholic?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm Mormon.
Okay. Well, definitely have, as a couple, go talk to your bishop and just be very, very open about it. You know, he's there to help you. And at the end of the day, when you're talking to the bishop, you're talking to the Lord. And so, just discuss why that might not be First of all, he'll lose his temple recommend, and so would you. And you kind of need that. You know what I mean? The blessings that come from obeying and walking uprightly before God
and repenting
are innumerable. And if you give that up for what he desires, which is frankly,
something we won't discuss in any more detail than we already have.
It's yucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's our advice. I'm sorry if it's not extraordinarily scholarly, but I think the answer to some of the most tough questions are very simple, and that's why we overlook them.
Yeah.
And that is talk to him and say, hey, it's time for me to put my foot down. And, lean up close into his ear and say no. And
yeah, it's just been
Go ahead.
Sorry, it's just been hard because it's not nearly as big as Brock's.
End the call.
Pardon me?
End the call. It's a troll.
Oh. This just keeps happening over and over. When can it stop? Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson O'Kimball.
And F. Phillips. Welcome to Mormon Talk.
Hi. This is Mia Malkova.
Mia Malkova. I hear your laugh, and typically that means this is a Trojan horse call.
No. This is not a Trojan horse, I promise.
Okay.
I'm just a very laughable person.
Okay. Well, what would you like to talk about, caller? We are on the air.
Can you please explain to me why you hate Catholics again?
I don't hate Catholics. I love Catholics, but I do have some
we don't love you. We don't love you.
Well, then that's very unfortunate. But
weight resting on your shoulders.
But you know what? The true value of love is not based in reciprocity. That's a quote from Neil A. Maxwell, a very wise man.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
Also, this is to Carson. I think you should really stop being.
I don't want to hear that.
Not even going to let them strike. Welcome to Mormon Talk, caller. This is Fred A. Phillips.
And C. Kimball.
Yes, you're on the air.
I believe I have, I'm a real caller. I believe I have a topic that hasn't been asked on Mormon Talk, or at least I haven't seen it asked.
Go ahead, caller.
What are your thoughts on anime?
Anime, okay. That is a very good question. Do you mind if I go first here,
Yeah,
Fred?
go for it.
Anime is just like marijuana, it's a gateway to, I'll be honest, guys. Brock and Richards has gone off the deep end. And one sign that all of his friends saw is that he was watching anime. He was watching anime called Sergeant Frog. And then from there, it went to something called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And then after that, it went to like My Hero Academia or something like that. And then all of a sudden, I looked at his phone, and his background picture was a scantily clad anime girl. And I said, what is this? This is filth. And he said, no, that's my waifu. And I didn't know what a waifu was. And so I had to look it up. I kept getting the spelling wrong. But once I found it, I found out that he had an unhealthy attachment to a fictional character because he's having trouble finding non-fictional characters to be attached to in real life.
Yeah, and just to echo what Carson's already been saying, I feel that the spirit is resonating with us tonight because he said exactly what I would have said too. It's a gateway. Now, if there's innocent animes like Avatar: The Last Airbender, for example, but one thing can lead to the next, and before you know it, things can be completely out of control, as evidenced by Brock.
So yes, anime is a 100% no. It's a slippery slope. It's the creators of it all have completely perverse ideas in mind, and they know that they're sliding you down on the filth slide right into what Brock has found himself in, which is just a sticky mess.
And they work the same way that Satan does. It's little by little. He doesn't just thrust all these horrible things at you at once. He kind of coerces you to one little thing after the next, and before you know it, you have a similar situation to Brock's.
Great question, caller. That has not been brought up before. Thank you for bringing it up.
That's an interesting take on it. I appreciate your guys' input, and I never thought of it that way, that, the creators were influenced and have perverse ideas.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? This is my second question. Can I ask my second question? Is that okay with you guys?
Sure. Let's make it brief, though. We have other callers.
And we also have Talent Talk coming up. We're actually a little bit behind schedule on that, but let's go ahead, caller.
How do you think there are any safe or family-friendly video games? Or do you think that
No.
all video games like Mario
is
like those also bad?
Once again, here's the thing about video games, and I'm writing a book about this, and so I've read lots of scholarly papers. The reason why people get so hooked on video games, there are several reasons, but one of them is, if their real life, in moments feels unfulfilled, they can go turn on Mario and go gather coins when they're not even gathering coins in real life.
Yeah, real money.
And it gives them a dopamine rush. And that dopamine rush, even if the game is not full of rough and tumble, filth, like it's colorful and cartoony like Mario, that dopamine rush keeps you hooked. And once you're hooked, you fall into sort of a social isolation unless you have gamer friends, which guess what? Gamer friends are not the type of friends you want. They're behind in life. Anyone who's watched Mormon Talk and seen what gamers have done to this show, that speaks enough. But when someone spends that much time, they become accustomed to spending that time. And then when they're in isolation, sometimes they're alone. They're like, I want to play this other game. Maybe this other game is fun. I mean, all of my friends that are my age own it, even though it's a little inappropriate. And then it goes from there, and they become addicted, and then they start feeling, they stop exercising, they start eating bad food, and then they start losing their confidence with opposite gender, and then that's the peg cycle.
It's a downward spiral, and even unfortunately for male participants in video games, it leads to things like neckbeards and living in basements and just lifestyle that's not in being 40 at that too, and just living in a basement, playing video games, living off grandma and grandpa's.
And in terms of furries, I don't think that there's a single furry on this planet who is not also a gamer and who was not a gamer before they were a furry. I think there's a correlation there, and I've been looking into that. But anyway, thank you, caller. Wonderful question.
I appreciate your time. This is Vance Vasquez. I appreciate your time. God bless.
Okay, absolutely. That was a great call.
Yeah, we're on a good swing.
Very productive. We're going to go ahead and close the phone lines now and go on I don't even know if we can go on a quick break here. Dude, you've got to be kidding me. I'm absolutely...
Kick down the heartache, 'cause when we started, we are wicked young fools who behave now, in the arms of somebody who saved us. We are wicked young fools who behave now, back in the arms of somebody who saved us. We are wicked young fools who behave now, back in the arms of somebody who saved us. We are wicked and bold, we are wicked and bold, we are wicked and bold, we are wicked and bold. We are wicked young fools who behave now, back in the arms of somebody who saved us. Kick down the heartache, 'cause when we started, we are wicked young. Kick down the heart, kick down the heart, kick down the heartache, kick down the heart, kick down the heart, kick down. party, 'cause when we started, we are wicked young fools who behave now. In the arms, kick down the, kick down the, kick down the, kick down the heart.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Sorry. That was the shortest break, I think, in Mormon Talk history. And it's because our break, like I said, everything I said over chat, every single thing that has been set up for us wiped out completely. And so I had to rebuild the entire show on our broadcasting system, and the breaks are not working. And I just tried to air our merchandise shop commercial, and it was completely broken. I don't know if I need to remake the video or something, and I have to get all those people to reshoot the video or go gather all the footage that I had taken. But
in this situation kind of reminds me, last Christmas I read a story, and a good way to sum this up is just kind of like binky, banky, bonky, and bunky. Like that's just a good way
Mo.
And Mo. Yeah, don't forget Mo. It's just that's just the kind of shenanigans that we're dealing with tonight. But anyway, we're here, and at least we're streaming live. So.
And everyone, we are about to do talent talk. So I hope your popcorn is popped and your families are all gathered around the computer or television.
And maybe even some muddy buddies, if you will.
Yes. I would normally not be allowed to say that because Brett doesn't let me talk about sugar in that way. But
okay.
Regardless, sorry, Brett, if you're watching. I hope you're recovering well.
Hello, Mormon Talk. This is Brother Milo Iglesias Larry Francis. All of my friends call me MILF. I am a graphic designer from the Pratt Institute of Design, and I created...
As the voices in our heads remind us mercilessly that we are not enough. We worry that when all is said and done, we will not have lived according to our potential. Yet we walk disconsolately in the shadow of those whom we feel that we will never compare to. Despite this, our Heavenly Father, in His infinite wisdom, placed a spark within us, a light that burns, even when we seem to starve the flame. This flame is a gift, but one that can only be developed when we give no place for the judgments that we spill on ourselves, or that others splash on us. In the threshold between fear and courage, the blaring lights of uncertainty upon our faces causes sweat to pour all around us on the floor. But even if we slip, our talents are still a gift that God expects us to give to the world. In falling, our talents learn how to fly. The path to mastery is long, it is arduous, and it is not for the faint of heart. Share with the world the parts of us that are hidden.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Ready for talent talk. We've got our popcorn on the screen here, and we're ready to go.
Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to, like I just said, welcome to Talent Talk. Last Talent Talk was a complete splash disaster. And for an entire year, we would hope that people would send in good things and we would just all be surprised together. And then we left it up to Kyle Masta and Happy Meg WV, who we pay handsomely to be our mods. And Somehow the filth still splashed into the show, and we assume it was all an accident. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and begin the show. And I was able to look through most of these. I'm a little bit...
We had to take matters into our own hand.
Yes. I'm a little frazzled. But anyway, this first submission, there's 4 are from Spanky, and he likes to do art on the computer. And it looks like Spanky has done the peg cycle, which is what my book is actually on. And it says here, P word, excessive eating plus gaming.
Should we read the little captions too?
Yeah, let's go ahead. It says
P is safe, fun, and non-addictive, just like M cigarettes. You can totally trust me.
Yeah, and you can see that Lucifer Fish, frankly, egging that young man on who's clearly involved in some less than good things. This next one is also from Spanky, and it just simply says, peg much. Subscribe to Mormon Talk to learn more. That's very wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Spanky.
And then this one is just another graphic that says the same. It's just a variation of all the other ones combined. Well, wonderful. Okay.
I think there's one more, isn't there? Or did we
No, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this next one is from Amy and Cassandra, and they're singing a song.
I know that my Redeemer lives. What comfort this repentance gives. He lives who once was dead. He lives, my ever-living head. He lives to bless me with his love. He lives to plead for me above. He lives, my hungry soul to feed. He lives to bless in time of need. I feel my Savior's love. Then all the world around me, His Spirit warms my soul. Through everything I see, He knows I will follow Him. Give all my life to Him. I feel my Savior's love, the love He freely gives me. I feel my Savior's love live. Its gentleness informs me, and when I need to once was dead, He lives, my ever-living head. He lives to bless me with His love. He lives to plead for me above. He lives, my hungry soul to feed. He lives, I know my Savior
That was wonderful.
Very wonderful.
We're the chat feud between Jack and Dr. Shades, and sorry, we don't normally look at a chat, and I just thought that was so zany, and so
yeah.
But to Amy and Cassandra, who are watching right now, thank you so much for that submission.
Very
beautiful. It really brought us back to a good place, a place that Mormon Talk should be in 100% of the time. And so thank you for setting that wonderful example.
Yeah, the tone was definitely set, and I think the spirit is even resonating with us a little bit. So thank you.
Okay, this next one is from MacGyver Dude, and he 3D printed an indestructible version of Joseph Smith. I didn't see this one, but I'm so curious.
Let's just see what.
Here we have Joseph Smith, the founding prophet of the Mormon Church. We are going to try and destroy Joseph Smith with anti-Mormon lies. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah,
we have a mallet here.
Oh my.
What? Okay.
Whoa, it's not.
This is not going well.
He's smashing it with a mallet.
Joseph Smith will never be forgotten. Millions shall know about
cannot die.
Joseph.
His name
will not die.
Look at this.
He's like
that's so
the
awesome.
Teflon
that is
prophet.
actually a zany but very entertaining talent.
That's so cool. I love this.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I live for
Thank
another
you so
day. Hide your daughters, everybody.
Okay. Well, very cool. Thank you so much for sharing.
I do like the message of that one though, and it's very clear. You know, I thought it was a zany thing to 3D print. That's so cool. What was that, Teflon? But regardless, you know, Joseph Smith is dead. And so that was his death mask. And people, while he's dead, try and attack him and try and make him look bad. And he doesn't get to speak for himself because he's dead. But no matter how many times you smash him with a hammer, you know, he's still intact, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, well, great. All right, this next one is from Nick, and he spent an entire week writing a song called Mormon Talk.
This is the Mormon Talk anthem. Oh yeah, alright. Oh yeah. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. FAP, fast and pray. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they are super cool and fun. Yeah. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they talk about God and stuff. Carson O, he is cool. Brett O'Cole, he is cool. Brock. They talk about God and stuff. Brock, God and stuff. Brock. FAP, fast and pray. Don't play video games, fast and pray. FAP, fast and pray. Fat. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because Carson, Brett, and Brock O'Cole. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they are super cool and fun. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Stick it up, everybody. I know mine did. Let's go, Brock. Mormon Talk rocks. Mormon Talk. 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 I like watching that show because they talk about God. Oh yeah. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because Carson, Brett, and Brocco call. Mormon Talk, they are cool. Carson O'Kimball, he is cool. Brett O'Call, he is cool. Most of all, everybody, Brock! Woo!
That was so awesome. Here, I'm gonna clap. Here.
Me too. Yeah, let's
just clap together. Awesome.
Wonderful.
Great. That was so cool. You know, if that were cleaned up a little bit, that could be like an intro song.
Yeah.
Could replace High on the Mountain Top. You know,
or
it could
definitely like during your breaks too. You could just like
that too. Yeah.
So
you know what? Let's keep that idea on the shelf. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Great job, Nick. That was absolutely more than awesome. That was so
I'm
cool.
really happy with how Talent Talk is going this month. Let's keep this up, guys.
This is great. Yeah. Okay. The next one is actually a song as well, and it is from Sue-Ann Bocut, and she wrote a song, and she's always quite the talent, and so let's go ahead.
Hey guys, this is Sue-Ann, and I wanted to quickly say before my talent starts that this song that I'm about to play comes from my up-and-coming album, which is called Don't Call Me Karen. The album drops on Friday, September 25th, so do not forget, mark your calendars and make sure that you buy my album and that you share it with all your friends. I also wanted to say a quick shout out to Chris, who did the album artwork for this. You'll see it in a few seconds. I think Chris did a great job. He did a pencil drawing of me for this album. So thank you so much, Chris, and thank you for all my supporters, and I hope you download my album on September 25th. Thank you.
Something I'm a little confused about is I keep getting called Karen by various strangers. You know, at the grocery store, at a stoplight. I don't understand. Don't know why people are calling me Karen. Just wanted to remind you, my name is Sue-Ann, and don't you forget it. All right, Sue-Ann in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I despise going out, it's more than just my vowels positively. I fear those around me are potentially forgetting what my name is, 'cause it's really not that hard. I can't eat out, can't go shopping any day, I can't walk around without having to say,
Perfect. All right.
Well, great. That was.
Thanks so much, Sue-Ann.
Sue-Ann, here's the thing. Sue-Ann's voice just blends so well with the quite, I'll be honest, eclectic musical sonic repertoire that she has up her sleeve. And so it's always just such a treat to listen because you never know what to expect from Sue-Ann. And Sue-Ann is actually a member of the choir at Temple Square, which is formerly known the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, which is kind of a big deal. and so
like her style is just very versatile and everything too. Like she's always bringing something new to the table.
Right.
Like something we can definitely appreciate here on Mormon Talk.
And when you see her up in, one of those pastel dresses and stuff like that during, General Conference, you're not thinking that's the voice behind a song like that, but it is, and that's just what we love about Sue-Ann so much. Well, wonderful, great. That was absolutely fantastic. Okay, this next one is from Jenny. I wasn't able to watch too much of it, but it looks like Jenny says that she is very good at spotting subliminal symbols in its talent. And, okay.
Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail.
Oh, okay.
Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can. But my interest is the word monster. What do you see in the O? There's a cross. Okay. What has Christ got to do with an energy drink, let alone the name Monster? So I thought, well, maybe this is a Christian company then. BFC at the bottom of the can. Do you know what that stands for? That's the F word. Big can. In fact, they write it on the side of the can, so I know that's the F word.
Okay, this is getting
now,
very
do you know what a
intense.
MILF is? Yes. That's on the box. MILFs dig it, and you will too.
What
This
the-
is not a Christian company at all. So why would they have put a cross on the can? Here is the message. Antichrist. 666 in Hebrew. And then the Bible talks about the beast in Revelation. And look at Monster's ad.
He's got quite the arsenal.
Okay, that
Anyway.
I don't know. That was getting a little too intense, I think, for maybe some of the families. But we accept talents of all types, and we've gotten some very diverse submissions. Some that people would say is not a traditional talent, but
Yeah, not to knock on the person that submitted that, but we're not very fond of Monster energy drinks to begin with, and so.
But she was trying to expose Monster energy drinks for being, subliminal messages promoting the devil, and so.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, thank you for submitting that talent. We'll go ahead and move on to the next one.
Okay, well, wonderful, great. Okay, this next one is from Clayton Flick, and his talent is, I guess he's a chef, a home chef, and he's, from what I saw, he made a salad.
Hi guys, so for Talent Talk tonight, I wanted to share a talent that me and my girlfriend like to do. So right in front of me, I have a chef salad I had prepared for her, and we like to do a little technique when we prepare each other a salad. So basically what I'm about to do is I'm going to toss her salad, which is when you mix all the vegetables and the fruit together and whatever ingredients you have inside your salad. So I love it when my girlfriend tosses my salad. She's a little bit different though. When she tosses my salad, she doesn't go deep. She doesn't go in. Sometimes she'll just be gentle with it and just flake it around a little bit. Sometimes when she tosses my salad, she just kind of just stays around the rim. She doesn't go in. But you know what? When I toss her salad like I'm doing right now, I like to go deep. I go deep in, mix all the vegetables and the fruits together to where basically her salad is going to climax with flavor. And it's kind of a fun thing. It's such a silly talent that we love to do. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. Have a good rest of your night. Bye.
Well, that was really like a very uncommon.
Anybody can just toss a salad, Like it takes a good, an experienced person to really toss a salad like he was. So.
Yeah, it looked like an Olive Garden salad. I don't know if Clayton Flick was maybe formerly an Olive Garden waiter or something, but that was interesting. Not something that many people would think, oh, I'm going to submit this for a talent show. But you know what? I think just the method of using chopsticks instead of just tossing the bowl, and stuff like that, and just kind of
or using tongs.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I thought that was very interesting. Utensil to use. Okay. This next one is from Randy A. Williams, and he has made quite a turnaround in his life, and has taken up a talent that he not only does for the show, but does in his daily life, and he is not just performing for us, but he has expanded his audience and actually performed at the Ye Olde Onion Days Festival in Payson, Utah. So
let's take a look.
Let's take a watch. randyawilliams.bandcamp.com. Everybody go there. That was awesome.
Check out his debut EP, as mentioned right there. Just way to blow the crowd away there, Randy.
Yeah. Support that man. He is an absolute diamond in the rough. And, you know, he kind of reminds me of this one song that was on the radio, and I don't really necessarily like support the artist, but it said something like, because I don't support skating, of course, but it says, he was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. Now he's a superstar slamming on his guitar. Does your pretty face see what he's worth? And for some reason, you know, that Randy reminded me of that song. Anyway, this next one is from Beth, a longtime viewer of the show, and she is here with her friend Annabelle doing a skit.
Let's take a look.
Hi everybody, my name's Beth and this is Annabelle. Hello! Annabelle, I need to write a very important letter, so could you please get me a piece of paper? Yeah! Annabelle, this isn't a really good piece of paper because it's got a mark on it. Don't worry, just write around the mark. I don't think my letter would be taken very seriously with a mark like that. Could you do something about that? Yeah. Soap? Are you going to fix that mark with soap? I don't think it's designed for that. That's not going to work. Annabelle, you can stop now. Ugh! Yuck! Yeah, well, soap's not made for going in your mouth either. I can't write a letter with that piece of paper. Can you do something for me? Yeah! Leave it with me. I'm not sure what... Annabelle, I'm not sure what you have in mind, but I don't like the sound of that. Annabelle, this paper has a giant hole in it. I got rid of the mark. Yeah, but I can't send a letter with a giant hole in it. That's going to look stupid. Oh, well, you just write around it. But at least I got rid of the mark. I don't think so. You know, that mark reminds us of the sin in our lives. Sin is doing things that don't please God. But when Jesus died on the cross, he took away our sin and he actually cleansed us from our unrighteousness. And the Bible says, when we trust in him, he gives us a whole new life and makes us clean again. Okay? Okay. Thanks anyway for your help, but I don't think I'll use that piece. Okay.
Well, wonderful.
So great. Thank you so much for sharing your talent. That's, Annabelle is quite the character.
Right. And, it's crazy because Annabelle's just personality is just in stark contrast to Beth. And so it's just like, it's amazing that they can work so well together.
Yeah.
And I hope the families enjoyed that one in particular, and the message that, is always very earnest. Okay, this next one is another let's
see. What were you trying to say there, Carson?
It's not like an ordinary talent. It is another audio track. And so this one is from Ben. And his talent is he is able to kind of, how do I say this? Combat scammers with his wit.
Like finesse his way through the phone calls. So
right, which is a talent. So let's go ahead and take a listen. He assured us that there's no splashing. So let's listen up.
Social Security Office is because there are some legal enforcement actions filed on your Social Security, because we have found many suspicious activities done on your Social. maybe it's not you, but someone else is using your social security number. So we have the order to suspend your social at this right moment. And Bill, did you receive any calls from your local police department regarding this case?
Well, no, but it certainly was me. It wasn't somebody else. And if you need to suspend it, go ahead.
Well, Bill, look, I can go ahead and suspend your social security number, but the reason we called you is because, as you said, that you are not the one who has used your personal information. So
it was me.
Consequences. What? It was you?
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah. Okay, so you are on a recorded line, and I have got this recording now. I can go to the courthouse, and I will be giving this recording as well as your file to your local police, and they will be coming and getting you in an hour maybe or two.
Where are you calling me from?
I am calling you from Texas, and I know where you live. I have your social security number. I have your bank details. I have each and every of your information with me, as you have reached the social security office. So now what I will do is, Bill, I will just...
What part of Texas?
It's in San Antonio, Texas.
How far is that from Austin?
It's not that far, but it is far.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
What doesn't make any sense?
It's not far, but it's far.
It's just 1 hour 28 minutes. It will just take 1 hour 28 minutes.
I think you plugged that into the Google machine.
Google machine? Why will I do that? Huh?
Just oddly specific.
No, I cannot just go ahead and I don't have access to Google here right now. I can just work on my PC for like the services that I can give to the consumers and the customers of who use Social Security. Okay, the benefits, the plans, and all that stuff. So I just have access to all that things. I cannot just go ahead and Google anything. So now, Bill, what I will do is I am forwarding your file to the local police, all right? Have a great day. Take care.
Oh, we thought our mics were on and we were just applauding Ben. Our mics are on. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me fix the cam. Okay, sorry, the camera keeps drifting for some reason, when I put my hand on my mouse or something. I don't know. Anyway, that was a very interesting talent. Thank you, Ben, for sending that in. Okay, this next one is from Milo, and he is a graphic designer and designs clothing. Maybe he can design a shirt for Mormon Talk.
Yeah, why not?
For the Etsy shop.
The more merch, the better.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, so he sent in a video for that. So let's take a listen, a watch.
Hello, Mormon Talk. This is Brother Milo Iglesias Larry Francis. All of my friends call me MILF. I am a graphic designer from the Pratt Institute of Design, and I created some t-shirt concept ideas as my Talent Talk submission. Thank you. The first t-shirt we have here is "Peg Free is the way to be, #FAP all day." This is a very, very powerful message that I hope we can convey to the youth. The next one we have is #FAP for forgiveness. This is crucial in going to heaven. Now we have another t-shirt called "I Would Rather Be Fapping." This is a pretty zany message, I feel. The last t-shirt is called "I Fap to Brock." This t-shirt is actually based off of a personal experience I had.
Awesome.
Very
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you, Milo, or MILF. So if anyone doesn't understand the reference to PEG, it stands for, P word, get bad pictures on the internet. Excessive eating and gaming, which is what my upcoming book releasing in October is about. And so he was saying peg free is the way to be, and that's awesome. And then he was saying FAP all day, and that's fast and pray. And it actually has a double meaning too, because that's the initials of
yours truly,
Fred
A. Phillips, FAP.
So that's cool. So in a way, you could, if one of those shirts were on our market, it'd almost be like giving you some like a shout out to some people, and then to other people they could be thinking of like the hashtag FAP, fast and pray.
Exactly. And we did just want to make one little note. The last shirt, it says I fap to Brock. That maybe for whoever created that, a better way to put that would be I fap with Brock, so that you're saying you're not necessarily praying to Brock, you're actually doing it with him.
Right. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, this last one is from a 49ers freak, and his talent is he edited a video of a vacation that he went on, and let's see where he went.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Wow, what a cool vacation. I wouldn't have gone anywhere else.
So it looks like he took some pictures of his different vacation spots, and since he was the one taking the picture, he had to put himself in the picture too as an after effect. But that's awesome. Some of those sites really hold a lot of special meaning to me, like the Reno, Nevada temple holds a special meaning to Brett and myself.
The Sacred Grove, to me personally, that's always resonated well with me, and so I like the idea of the Sacred Grove. So.
Absolutely. That was great. Well, anyway, everyone, thank you so much. That was Every Talent for Talent Talk. That was the first time we didn't have to shut it down.
Yeah.
In Mormon Talk history.
It went very swimmingly, I would say.
That was the first time that there was nothing inappropriate. There was nothing that would splash families. There was nothing that would offend, good people. And the trolls did not get through. And we did have to weed out about 3 or 4 of them, which is a pretty low amount.
Yeah.
And we didn't, have Kyle and Megan do it this time, but Brett and I did it ourselves. And maybe that's the way it has to be from now on, but you've earned our trust. That was awesome. What wonderful talents. Thank you so much.
Let's take one last look at the chat.
Someone is saying I forgot their talent. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. There was one more somewhere around here. Aha. Sorry. To Sam Arley, I do remember there was something, and I will pull that up right now. Like I said, the entire thing wiped. And so I have to, I had to go back and try to gather everything back up. But okay, hopefully it'll be worthwhile.
That's quite the concoction there. Well, it looks like we have a grizzly bear of some sort and some dude with a really thick unibrow, but nonetheless, very cool art. It's always fun to make art out of food, and so and those look like, generally speaking, healthy foods too. So yeah, very cool. Thank you for sharing.
Okay, awesome. Hold on. I
think we're trapped inside this box of food. Please bear with us, viewers.
I'm trying to get the screen back to normal. Sorry, everyone. Okay, I'm going to turn off. Stupid thing won't dumb art still on the screen. And hold on, let me.
Gordon Ramsay say about this. He just.
Okay, hold on. I think I got. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, awesome. I got it. Sorry about that, everyone. I couldn't get that off the screen for some reason. But anyway, well, wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the show.
And Carson, it's always a pleasure to be here. So thanks for having me on. I can't make it often, but it was Labor Day today, so I was able to take the time off and come help you out since Brett wasn't going to be here.
Fill in for Brett. The timing was perfect, and you know what? It's very unfortunate for Brett. He did, like I said, an unfortunately, he miscalculated his backflip and went too far, and he landed on a charcoal grill, one of those standalone ones, and it was flaming. And when he hit the grill, it made a large burst of flames, and everyone thought he was more injured than he actually was. But Brett is always very, very vocal about when he gets injured, so that he gets all the attention and care he needs in order to, have his needs met.
Absolutely.
So
well, we love him. So
absolutely. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Please. Fast and pray for Brett, for Brock, and for all the families that had to see some of the filth in the beginning of the show. And I do want to announce something though. Mormon Talk has been streaming once a week without fail for an entire year. In fact, over a year. But that's not enough. So Brett and I have decided, in addition to streaming, we are going to release, dedicatedly, at least one pre-recorded video that we have created for the entire world every week. The first one I've already created, and the premiere I will set to tomorrow at 5:00 p.m. our time, and that would be, I think, 4:00 p.m. Pacific time.
So we're Mountain Daylight Time. It would be 5 p.m.
Right.
Pacific Daylight Time would be 4 p.m.
4 p.m. So you know what? We're going to set it to... Let's set it to 4 p.m. Pacific, because we've got some viewers on the East Coast that might want to watch it before it's getting too late.
Yeah.
So that'll be our video tomorrow. Please, everyone, watch it. Give it a like. Give it a share. And speaking of that, please give this video a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please comment below what
Carson,
your favorite talent was.
Yeah, one last thing. I've been seeing in the chat a lot of requests for you to play that song one more time. If someone can clarify which one, maybe that's what we'll do for our outro song today.
Okay. I think all right.
If that's possible. If not, it's okay. I just thought I'd bring.
I think I'll play part of it, and then we'll go to outro. But regardless, thank you.
There's a place I've come to know, where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Talk. Carson, show me hope, that happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time, and I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to his love. I will bow my head to thee, fast and pray.
This is the Mormon Talk Anthem. This is the Mormon Talk Anthem. Oh yeah, alright. Oh yeah. Mormon Talk.
Hello
Mormon
everyone.
Talk.
Today we are counting down 5 of the
FAP,
most life-changing spiritual books of all time. In this list,
Mormon Talk.
we will not.
I like watching that show because they are super cool and fun.
Hello everyone. Today we are counting down 5
Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they talk about God and stuff. Carson O, he is cool. Brett O'Cole, he is cool. Brock. They talk about God and stuff. Brock, God and stuff. Brock. FAP, fast and pray. Don't play video games, fast and pray. FAP, fast and pray. Fat. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because Carson, Brett, and Brock O'Cole. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they are super cool and fun. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Stick it up, everybody. I know mine did. Let's go, Brock. Mormon Talk rocks. Mormon Talk. 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 I like watching that show because they talk about God. Oh yeah, Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because Carson, Brett, and Brock O'Cole. Mormon Talk, they are cool. Carson O'Kimball, he is cool. Brett O'Cole, he is cool. Most of all, everybody, Brock! Woo! This is the Mormon Talk Anthem. Oh yeah, alright. Oh yeah. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. FAP, fast and pray. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they are super cool and fun. Yeah. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they talk about God and stuff. Carson O, he is cool. Brett O'Cole, he is cool. Brock. They talk about God and stuff. Brock, God and stuff. Brock. FAP, fast and pray. Don't play video games, fast and pray. FAP, fast and pray. Fat. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because Carson, Brett, and Brock O'Cole. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they are super cool and fun. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. Stick it up, everybody. I know mine did. Let's go, Brock. Mormon Talk rocks. Mormon Talk. 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 I like watching that show because they talk about God. Oh yeah, Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because Carson, Brett, and Brocco call. Mormon Talk, they are cool. Carson O'Kimball, he is cool. Brett O'Call, he is cool. Most of all, everybody, Brock! Woo! This is the Mormon Talk anthem. Oh yeah, alright. Oh yeah. Mormon Talk. Mormon Talk. FAP, fast and pray. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they are super cool and fun. Yeah, yeah. Mormon Talk. I like watching that show because they talk about God and stuff. Carson O, he is cool. Brett O'Call, he is cool. Brock. They talk about God and stuff. Brock, God and stuff. Brock. FAP, fast and